Good morning, folks. One sober to another here. I'm Wayne, and I'm an alcoholic. I hope you made it through another 24 hours without a drink or drug. If you did, thank your higher power, and let's do it again. Today's daily reflection for 10 October 2020. Fix me, not you. Let's go. All right, folks, let's get into it. Fixing me, not you. If somebody hurts us, we are sore. We are in the wrong also. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 90. And I'm going to read a portion of that in just a second, so hang on. Here we go. What a freedom I felt, this passage pointed out to me. Suddenly I saw that I could do something about my anger. I could fix me, instead of trying to fix them. I believe that there are no exceptions to the axiom. When I am angry, my anger is always self-centered. I must keep reminding myself that I am human, that I am doing the best I can, even if the best sometimes is poor. So I ask God, and you know what to do here if God's not your thing, right? All right, let's go. To remove my anger and truly free me. This is a section of the daily reflections that can save you from a lot of needless pain. So let me just examine the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 90 real quick, because there's a portion of this that kind of digs it a little bit deeper, and I think that it's important for today. It is a spiritual axiom. If you don't know what axiom means, I'm going to put that definition right there. That every time we are disturbed, no matter what the cause, there is something wrong with us. And that came out of yesterday's daily reflection as well. If somebody hurts us, we are sore. We are in the wrong also. But are there no exceptions to this rule? What about justifiable anger? If somebody cheats us, aren't we entitled to be mad? Can't we properly be angry and self-righteous? For us, these are dangerous exceptions. We have found that justified anger ought to be left to those better qualified to handle it. Few people have been more victimized by resentments than we alcoholics and addicts. It mattered little whether our sentiments were justified or not. A burst of temper could spoil a day. And a well-nursed grudge could make us miserably ineffective. Nor were we ever skilled in separating justified from unjustified anger. Almost done. That occasional luxury of a more balanced people could keep us on an emotional jag indefinitely. These emotional dry benders often led straight to the bottle. Other kinds of disturbances, jealousy, envy, self-pity, and hurt, pride, did the same thing. Now, what does that say from the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions and the daily reflections? Well, you don't have to be in 12-step, and you don't have to be an Alcoholics Anonymous member in order for this to make sense. Look, anger is an emotion that is very hard to carry and very hard to translate for me as an alcoholic. Very hard to translate into something other than a direct resentment and direct self-pity, and also to feel trespassed. Now, if I'm angry, then I do realize now that there's something wrong with me, meaning there's something going on internally that I have to address, because I have to dispel this emotion of anger, because it's going to do nothing good for me except set me on a on a path or a trend that is going to last until I'm able to solve where it came from. You know, have you ever been angry for like 3 days at a time, and shit, by the time you get to the third day, you're like, why was I angry in the first place? I still feel hostile, but why was I angry? Holding a grudge can do the same thing, and that kind of goes right in there with that anger thing. You know, a grudge. Man, I held a grudge for 15 years, and all that did was spool up my anxiety, and it spooled up my panic, and it spooled up my alcoholism. You know, all these things. I'm going to come in close real quick because I'm going to grab a sip of that coffee right there. Let me tell you, I got this in that one sober to another mug right there. You know, if you want to pick one of these up, you know, just drop me a comment or drop me a DM on Instagram, and I'll tell you exactly where to get it. It's also in the description below at streamlabs.com. Haha. So, is there justifiable anger? Of course there is. But an alcoholic like me, I can't afford to be angry. And I can't afford to do that because it embeds these excuses for me in my mind that I can go drink. You know, if you can relate to that part, right? That's why I keep these things, the daily reflections, the 12 steps, 12 traditions, and my big book behind me. Because for me, those are quick reminders that I am an alcoholic, and that, you know, there's just stuff that I can't process the way other people can. You know, some folks can be angry for decades on end, and they didn't drink a single drink. You know, but they do have other outlets in order to deal with that. But wouldn't it be much easier to ask your higher power? If you don't believe in a higher power thing, I'm pretty certain there's something that you have a firm belief in that you can grab onto. So I ask my higher power, either take it away or help me deal with it, because, you know, it's not worth that much time for me, and there's very little time on this earth anyway. So it's not worth my time anymore. You know, I spent a couple decades drinking all my burdens, fears, and rage away. That is just not worth it for me anymore. And I'm pretty sure some of you out there can relate to that. So here's the deal. You can fix yourself. You can choose how you want to feel. You can change how you feel. But you can't fix somebody else. You know, you can't change their feelings. You can't change their minds. You can't change the way they deal with things. You can only do it for yourself. And that's really what this boils down to, people, is that, you know, fixing me, not you. I don't have any control of somebody else, but I do today in my sobriety have control over me. And I think applicably, you know, even if you are still actively drinking and you are looking for a way out, this could be applied in your life by getting to the root of it. You know, I mean, jealousy, rage, pity, you know, envy, all of these things can, for me, take me back to the bottle, like I said, in the 12 steps and 12 traditions. Not just the bottle for me, people. It's the whole daggone store. And I'm not ready to go back down there. I don't want to go back down there. And I'm grateful for the sobriety that I have and that my higher power has granted me with. And I'm not ready to trade that. So I am going to fix the way I feel about certain situations. And I know I can't do anything about the people around me, but, you know, I can control myself now. And that is a gift. And my gift of sobriety. And I share it with you. Experience, strength, and hope, folks. That's what we're here, and that's what we're all about. If you've gotten any value out of this video, hit that like button so we can keep this video out there. I hope you guys have a good day, and this made sense to you. I'm Wayne. I'm an alcoholic. One sober to another. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.